Everyone, so today is Saturday, April 11th, and today is also Knit for Food. This is a knitting marathon, knit-a-thon charity event hosted by Laura Nelkin. And what we're doing today is we are going to knit for 12 hours and we are raising money for 4 different food-based charities: Feeding America, World Central Kitchen, No Kid Hungry, and Meals on Wheels. 100% of the money that we raise goes directly to these 4 charities, an even split. So we got a busy day ahead. There's a lot of events planned, and I'll insert our agenda here. But I really needed to figure out what I wanted to work on today. So today is also the Charm City Unicorns Yappy Hour for their Teas and Tanks make-along. So I thought I would pull out my prospect tee, which has gotten 0 work on it since the last time you saw it. I'm making this out of this yarn from Super Glow Yarns. The colorway is called Bubble Veil, and it's a silk merino base. So I thought today is a good day to give this some attention since I have 12 hours to knit. We'll see if I just stick to knitting on this. I do have a pair of socks to work on if I need a break, but that's the plan for today. I'm gonna be checking in, hopefully, as we go here. And let's get the day started for this 12-hour knitting marathon, Knit for Food. So it's almost 1 o'clock, and let's do a little check-in to see where I am on the progress of my prospect tee that I am working on today for the Knit for Food marathon. And we just spent the morning listening to folks from No Kid Hungry, Meals on Wheels, and Feeding America, and then now we have kind of a break until 7 p.m. and like I said, it's almost 1 o'clock now, so few hours to hang out and knit. But here's where I am so far. So this is where I started the morning, down here, where my little unicorn, my little Charm City unicorn marker is. And I've gotten quite a bit done, and that is super exciting. So where I am on this pattern, and if you're not familiar, again, this is the Prospect Tee by Tori Yu. It's a top-down knit, but you start with the back and you add short rows before you then, I guess, maybe join or do pickups to start the front. I haven't gotten that far in the pattern. I know I should read ahead, but I didn't. But I think that's kind of what's gonna happen. I'm gonna go back and pick up here where these markers, I don't know if you can see them, but it's curling so bad. But there's these markers, and you go back and pick up for the shoulders and then start the front. So pretty good progress so far. So as far as the rest of the day, like I said, there's a break with Knit for Food until 7 o'clock tonight. But at 3 o'clock this afternoon, I'll be joining the Charm City Unicorns with their Yappy Hour. But in the meantime, I'm gonna keep on keeping on. I'm gonna keep knitting on this, and we're gonna see how much I get done. Time for a little check-in here. It is about 5:30, so a little less than 5 hours to go for Knit for Food. It runs until 10 o'clock Eastern, my time. And I just wanted to show you before I run down and make some dinner where I'm at on my Prospect Tee progress. So like you saw this morning, started here where the little marker is, and I think I've gotten some good progress done. So I have finished the back piece, and then I have started the pickup for the left shoulder, and I've gotten quite a bit done. This is the first full repeat section finished for the left shoulder, and then next is doing some neckline increasing for the left front, and then I think I just need to repeat that over here on the right. So not bad progress at all, considering how slow of a knitter I am. I'm hoping to get some more time on this after we eat dinner. I have to make dinner, and then once we eat, I'll get back to this. And there will be more Zoom sessions with the Knit for Food team later. I think those start back up at 7 o'clock. It will be with someone from World Central Kitchen talking about that charity. And then also we have some more stretching yoga type stuff, and then a game night, which was really fun last year, and I'm looking forward to that again this year. So I'll hopefully have some time to check back in a little later as well. But here is where we're at so far. Sunday now, and I just was so tired last night that I didn't get a chance to do a final check-in and show you all the progress that I made on my prospect tee during the knit-a-thon. So you saw in the previous clip, we met our goal last night, and I just checked before I started filming here, and we've now exceeded it. It's up to $546,000. That is a significant amount of money that I know the 4 charities will be very grateful to receive. So let's really talk about, though, how much I got done yesterday. So I did knit for pretty much the whole 12-hour span. I did take a couple breaks, once to eat lunch and once to make and then eat dinner. So I'd say my total knitting time was probably closer to 11 hours, but here's where I'm at on my prospect tee. So when you first saw it, it was upside down because this is a top down, and I started here. So I finished all of this, which is across the back shoulders. All of that got done, and I'm dropping stitches as I'm doing this. So let me scoop them back on this needle. So that's all done. And then the next step of the pattern has you pick up at the cast on edge, so here, and create the what basically becomes the shoulder and then the front. This is the left front, and I was able to get that entire section done as well. So not terrible progress for 11 hours worth of knitting. I probably could have gotten a little bit further had I not taken those breaks, but needed to fuel up, needed to eat. So that is how much is done. Now, as far as the next step, so this is finished. I need to put this on hold. Again, this is the left front. So if you're looking at it as it's being worn, it really looks like this. I'm gonna try to hold this. It gets a little cumbersome with all the needles, but that's how I like to put stitches on hold. So this then becomes the front. I'll do the right front next, so it gets picked up on this side. That flips over to the front, and then I'm pretty sure at that point is when it gets joined in the round. And it's at that point when it gets joined in the round that I will start alternating skeins, just to avoid any sort of weird pooling that might happen. So there it is. There is the prospect tee, and there is the fruit of my 12 hours of labor during Knit for Food. As far as the event itself, and again, I have a bunch of clips that I'm compiling together for this video, so you would have already seen that. Overall, it is a really well-run event. It's well organized. I like that they bring folks in from the charities, the 4 different charities, and they really go into what their mission is, how they work, and then where the money goes. For me, supporting charities, it's always important to understand where the money goes. And I like that Laura also plans some fun things in there as well. So we had 2 sessions where one we did chair yoga, another we did some like stretches to, you know, work the kinks out of our hands as we were knitting away all day long. So we did that. And then Patty Lyons came in and did the game night, which was really fun. Last year they did a Jeopardy kind of trivia thing. This year, it was a couple different games, one of which was Pictionary, and I just thought that was really fun. I had a good time doing it. And then just kind of the last thing is one of my Knitty Instagram friends, Angela. Hi, Angela, if you're watching. She kept me company virtually, so she was knitting where she lives. I was knitting where I live, and we were kind of messaging back and forth all day and sharing progress and that kind of stuff. So that was really fun too. But I will definitely be doing this next year. The date is going to be in March next year. I think they said March 20th. I'll correct that below if that's incorrect, but I will definitely be doing it again. And I may talk to, I have a bunch of local yarn stores here, like 3 or 4 that are not that far away. I may talk to one of them and see if they want to do an event in person for Knit for Food next year. I think that would be really fun. So there we are, this year's knitting marathon for Knit for Food is in the bag. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you participated, share below. What did you work on during the knit-a-thon? I would love to know, and let's talk about it. I will see you next time, and hopefully by then you'll see some more progress on this prospect tee. Till then, happy making!